decent, but not just where you would expect a 2.5 ohm car to be. That's all.
So we
Nothing.
just went live, right, Matt?
We did. Right as Robert told me to make sure all the diapers are changed.
Ah! Oh my gosh. Hey guys, how's everyone doing tonight?
Hey guys.
Hey everybody. We're really just talking, shooting the breeze, talking Christmas. We were just talking about Mark's video he posted earlier. I had made a comment on the video that I don't understand a lot of that kind of stuff, but I find it fascinating. And the thing that I don't understand, sometimes when I don't understand stuff, I'm almost like a savant. It takes me a long time to really kind of, and then other things, it's like a duck in water. I just,
yeah, I mean, I just did the video because my buddy brought that car over on the other day. He came over and was racing, and he told me he bought some used Vipers, and he's like, check this thing out. It's supposed to be a poly mod. And I say poly, it's funny. I had several comments about the term poly. It's supposed to be a poly mod. I meant when I said polymod, Viper sells a car that they brand as a polymod. That's what that car was supposed to be, and it just didn't seem like it really was running as you would expect a 2.5 ohm Viper car to run. So,
well, it's certainly
regardless of whether it was a polymod or not, just the 2.5 ohm armature you expect to reach a certain number on the dyno, and it just really wasn't. So I said, let me do a video on this since I'm tearing this thing apart and playing around with it and looking at it. I thought some people might find it interesting. So
yeah, I believe that is the case. Certainly got my attention. It's very interesting though. So what do you think is the problem then, Mark? Do you think it's maybe just, is it possible for the armature to be like just overused?
Who knows? I mean, we have no idea the history of that thing. We bought a used car, so that armature could have been through who knows what.
Right.
I mean, it's still fast when you put it on the track and run it. It's a fast car, but it's not fast like you would expect a 2.5 ohm. You compare it to, say, the several 2.5 ohm cars that I built, and it just wasn't in the same league as it. My cars do like a 2.1, 2.2 second lap.
Yeah.
Easily, on my track, and that car was doing like 2.5, 2.7 seconds. So I was like, wow. Matt, did you shave?
I did.
Oh, I'm like, what's going on? Something looks different. Oh, okay.
Well, when I started doing more streams, my wife got on to me for looking like Jeremiah Johnson. So it's worked out well. So yeah, I've been shaving once a week, twice a week, something like that. So
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
Once a week, eh? Right on. Sounds good to me. All right. Did Sunday get a hold of you yet?
I sent that out to him. I'll look again right here.
He said he's coming. He just sent a message on Discord saying he is joining us. So
yeah, he says just setting a light up.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on. All right. So
yeah, he's good. What do you guys? You got any big Christmas presents? Mark, I know you were talking about that controller.
Oh,
I put the OS3 the wiperless controller on my Christmas list.
Hey, look at these crazies.
Hey, Billy. Hey, Amanda. How are y'all?
How's it going?
Sunday Slot Cars. Billy and Amanda, thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, not a problem.
That set is totally kick-ass. I want to start by saying thank you very much, you guys. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you've seen my new set lately, but holy shit, thank you. Thank you very much.
We actually have some exclusive news for Carrera Digital that we'll announce on the stream tonight. I do not think anybody else has found this out yet. So everybody in chat, if you know anybody that wants to get into Carrera Digital, this is like in North America, this is the announcement you want to watch. So you make sure to tell everybody to get in the stream. We'll announce it, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You guys keep track.
Yeah. Yeah, let everybody roll in and we'll talk shit for a while and we'll get to it.
This is actually a big announcement too, so you don't want to miss it.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, we shared this out like crazy today, so few people must see it. So yeah. So anyways, super quick, what we've done is we formed a group of people who are going to share each other's videos. I've always said, I went on about slot car math yesterday and told everybody that, one person is just me. I'm just 2,000 subscribers. But when Billy and Amanda are with us, that means that's another 1,800 people on top of my 2,000. Now Mark's here with 800, right? And Mark's here with 850. So in my slot car math, we're already over 3,000 subscribers, and they're all getting the same notification. And of course, I don't mean to leave you out, Matt, but that's just another 850. Or no, you're at 550 now, right? Okay, so you're working on it. Billy and Amanda are actually about to get 2,000 right away. So see what I mean? Those two, me and them together, if we share each other's videos, that's 4,000 people potentially who will see our videos. This is what I'm trying to do. Nobody has to show up for anything. Literally, all you need to do is just share the people in the group's videos. They'll post the video. We all share it. That's the end of what you need to do. As long as you share, we share yours. It's that simple, right? And I think it'll work really good. And I do believe by the end of this year, I know it sounds, and I don't mean the end of 2023. I mean the end of 2024. My guess is somebody, I don't know who it is, but somebody in the slot car community will definitely start scraping, really climbing out of the hole that slot car is in right now. I think somebody will go, once somebody goes big, everyone will start to follow, because that person will be seen, and what happens is it'll just drag everybody in. So if there's a person who's got an awful lot of subscribers in the thousands and they're not sharing anybody's videos, what they've done is they've created themselves their own little community.
I think Boone's about to pop, as in like get big.
I would put my poker chips on that slot car guy. That's who I think is going to hit that milestone first.
Well, the one problem that I find with both of these people are they both have thousands of subscribers, but neither of them share other people's videos. I could be wrong about Boone, but as for Travis, he does not share or post out anybody else's videos on a regular basis, and that's what we need. It's great that these guys are well known and they've taken the time to grow their subscribership, but without sharing videos of younger channel creators, it's really hard for those people to get traction. So my whole thing is I'm trying to bring the people who are serious about getting their content out there, forming a little group. And as long as we're all tight, basically you show me yours, I'll show you mine, and then we'll just keep it like that.
I tell you what,
for this group, we have the first meeting on Friday night. So in Discord, you'll see the notice. Please everybody try and be there for the first night, just so we can all get on the same page. And after that, there's really no meetings. It's just if you see a video from somebody that they posted, just reshare it to your channel. That's all that's required. It's not a lot. So yeah, so that's where that's my starting spiel. Take it away, brother.
There is, now this is not slot car related in that sense, but it is related in the algorithm and going viral. I don't know really. I guess I know him from Twitter. I think I may have played one or two D&D games with one of them, but they have a YouTube channel. It's two guys. It's called Black Lodge Games. They kind of like me. They write games, but I don't. Hey, you're gonna have to be quiet in there, boys. They came in with a really good cut to the chase, a really good video just the other week, just last week, and it was an honest critique of a game that came out, and their presentation was good, their thumbnail was good, their focus was good, and what they did is they made a promise in their thumbnail and and their title, and they completely delivered on it. And I've congratulated them a few times, on the gilded that we shared, that writers and the artists one. And those boys have jumped up about 700. They went from about 700 people to last I looked, they were at 1,400 since about Thursday. So about a week now.
Right.
And it was just, and it's just the things we've talked about being shared. And if you get something that's worth sharing, it's gone. And then people and everybody here makes quality content, everybody.
Well, it's all different. Like if you look at even like the four of us here, all of our content is different. We're not over. None of us are overlapping. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you do. Everybody does their own thing, and it's always done differently. But the people in this room right now, we are 4 different creators, and we're doing our thing differently than the other guy, which is good. Which means it's really helpful when people are volunteering to share your videos because it really does help move them. I always say, when I'm helping people or sharing their videos, every time I do that, it goes out to all 2,000 of my subscribers. And I think that's what some people aren't sure of or don't know. It's extremely helpful just to share it. It's like I say, I go on over and over about slot car math. So, that's where we're at right now.
So Rick's one of the guys that races with you, huh, Mark?
Yes, Rick is here in Florida with me. He's about an hour from where I am, and he makes the drive to my track quite a bit to do some racing on usually Sunday mornings. We race a couple other guys, and
nice.
Yeah.
And how far is? And we've talked about this before. I have so many children and work and write. And how far is Boynton from you?
Probably about 30 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be there for about 10 days. So it's all right. We've already taken the time off and everything. So I even had to schedule it with all the X's. You know how that works.
I know.
You're blessed. You're very blessed.
Yeah. So
what about you guys, Billy and Amanda? You guys ready for Christmas? You got any big Christmas wish lists?
Well, we got this thing painted. We're gonna do a Rudolph themed Christmas track for our next video game course. Course.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got this was gonna be the surprise today, and then we got an email from Carrera. I was like, oh, never mind, screw this. It actually has something good for the stream.
Is that the snowman from the first Christmas cartoon?
Yes, but Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
But I'm not done painting it. I'm not
He's the narrator, right?
Yeah,
he is. I'm not done painting it yet.
Oh, cool.
But he
awesome.
3D printed that.
So we have a bunch of 3D.
Oh, you guys got a 3D printer?
Yeah.
What is this a new thing?
We've had it for a few months now, maybe half a year.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it was totally new because we might have had it for half a year, but we only started putting this stuff a couple months ago because it took a long time to 3D print.
Oh,
to 3D print the scenery.
And Carrera would kick your ass if you started printing borders, hey?
To be honest with you, that is an experiment I had done. I have the border. It's upstairs, unfortunately.
There's some on Thingiverse.
It sucks. No, but they don't work.
They don't work?
It's too thin. Like, it's not the right track height. Now, it'd be okay because it's just like a smidge smaller, but you really have to like file down to get the red clip in, and I'm not even 100% confident that red clip is going to go in the slot. It's not sized properly. So I know other people have 3D print the borders. I might just have to look for another file. But the 4x15 outside shoulder I printed did not work. I had one of my customers who 3D printed some borders. That worked. But the thing is, you got to keep in mind, if you're going to 3D print a border, you're putting in a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to, it takes forever. You have to, sand it down if it's off the height. If you have if your printer can't do bridging, you have to put supports inside the hole. So then your print, you have to dig it out with a knife and file it. You know what? I'm gonna go. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go get that print.
Go do it, bro. Let's see it.
I'll show you it. I'm sure people at chat disagree with you, but like I said, some of them do work. I know some work. but others don't, and then it's just fiddly.
I'm very curious on this because I know there's a lot of people in our community that have 3D printers, and I was actually just watching a slot car guy who had a 3D printer, and he was printing all sorts of stuff. He said there's so many files for 3D printing stuff on 1/32 scale. It's ridiculous. He was saying,
yeah, there's
everything.
There's a place called Thingiverse.
Yeah, that's what he said.
There's nothing but it's just pages and pages and pages. And even when I first started watching Pro Tinker, because I had my 3D printer, I got it in 2019. There was a couple pages, and then when I got serious last year and started this channel, I went back and I was just floored at the amount of stuff that was there. And then also you can go to the internet, the way back machine, the Internet Archive, and there's tons of STL files on there too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here's the problem with this print. It looks great. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if I try to put, the hole in here is just way too small for the red clip. So if I put the red clip aside the thing, you could see.
Oh.
So, and people will be like, I don't have the printer calibrated properly. One, you're right. But two, it's calibrated enough that I can make like deck boxes for trading cards. And the cards fit in the deck box just fine. So I know like the size of my printer is printed this fine. It's literally just the file itself is just it was just wrong.
Okay, so what
3D print stuff happens.
Could you put a drill bit in there and sort of drag it around a little bit?
Well, yeah, I did. I have needle files. I use these little metal needle files.
Oh, yeah.
Like I will get this thing to work. It's just, is it worth the amount of work I'm going to have to do to get it to work?
You know what I mean? FLM or resin? It's FLM, right?
This is FDM, I think.
FDM, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is PLA. And like I said, I have a deck box upstairs I could show you guys where the cards fit. So I know people in chat will be like, oh no, you just did it wrong. I didn't do it wrong. Okay, if you're not used to 3D printers, this is how it works. You get the file, you put the file in a program that's suited for your printing area, and then the program does it itself. Like there's no real room for human error in the 3D printer. So it's just, yeah, I mean, it looks great. The border looks great. It's just, it would take you. It's cheaper to 3D print the borders for sure. I myself, I guess this is how I put it. I would only 3D print a border if you only need like one of it. Like, you know, it always sucks. You don't want to pay like $45 for a pack of turns where you only need one turn from the pack. That's when you can 3D print a curve, or something like this, right? Like a shoulder. But just buy the pack of shoulders is a moral of the story.
Yeah, very passionate here.
Well, yeah, because you know what? I'm angry. I wanted this to actually work. Well, I wanted to 3D print my shoulders.
You'll get it figured out, and when you do, let me know.
Yeah,
I got a lot of borders I need. I don't have one yet, so they're damn expensive.
They are expensive. I'll admit that. That's a razor and blade model that Carrera likes to do. You know, you get the turns pretty cheaply, but then when you want the shoulders, that's when you have to pay.
It's almost equal. The shoulder for the turn is almost the same cost, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, sometimes the inside shoulders cost more than the outside too, so it's kind of funny.
Right. And I don't even want the inside shoulders. I want the outside ones because those are the ones that cars are going to skid against, right?
Yeah, those are the cheaper ones, yeah. So the inside ones are only really for if you're racing magnetless or you're racing 124.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you're racing magnetless, people don't understand your car can really fishtail sometimes. You really just want to have that extra surface, or else the inside lane's at a disadvantage.
So did you get a new pit in yet, or what?
I don't want to say that because that's going to pertain to our announcement for tonight. So let's hold off on that.
Okay, cool.
Actually, you know what? Maybe do you guys want to hear the announcement now? Tell me what chat says. Do you want to hear the announcement now?
We have the chat right here.
Oh, there's a chat.
You guys want to hear the announcement now, or do you want to wait?
For a digital announcement now, like I can just get back into Dan's. I have to open up the email, so I'll let chat go. You guys can just wait a second while I open this email up to announce it.
Sure.
And just so you know, Carrera, you didn't tell me not to say anything in this email, so I'm saying.
Oh, so everyone gather around. Hurry up. Come closer.
Okay, here's the announcement.
Here we go.
So Carrera of America just got the following digital sets in. Fast and Fabulous. So that I'm not sure if this is a wireless set. I think this is just a wired set. So that's That one's okay. But these two are the next two that people have been waiting for. So Retro Grand Prix, which is our new triple car set that comes with the collector's plate, that one's in. And same with the 124 set. The brand new 124 set, full speed, is also in. So if you were looking at getting the newer Carrera digital sets and you were waiting, you should put in an order with your Carrera dealer. And coincidentally, we and Amanda are Carrera dealers, so you can order from Sunday Slot Cars. Tell us the message that you want to pre-order the set, and I'll set one aside for you. But yeah. That's a pretty exciting stuff. And like I said, that's exclusive. We just got that email. I was like, oh, there's no way the other news sites got this yet. So you guys all heard it here first. So you see, you actually got some good news, guys. It was worth it to watch. I hope you're all happy.
Is that like the 80 set, the retro one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
Oh, I think I've seen that one. Is that the one with like the white box?
I think so, yeah. And it comes with a metal collector. It only comes, so this set's like their best triple car set they ever released because it has, I believe it has 2 lane changers. It comes with the collector's edition box, and then you get the 3 cars with 3 controllers. So, I mean, that's like a complete course and the complete digital experience because you get 3 cars and then 2 double lane changers. 2 lane changers, not 2 double lane changers. You get 2 lane changers. So it's definitely worth picking up if you want to start off. As a matter of fact, the price it's honestly insane how cheap it is. I really can't believe it's obviously just for their 60th anniversary. You definitely want to check it out if you're getting into slot cars. Retro Grand Prix. That's the set you want to get.
That's a nice set. I was actually looking at that one too. But then,
I think
it's not.
I think 132 has that set. He lives in Latvia. I don't want to sound like a moron.
He just posted in here about getting his 2 days ago.
Yeah.
They must be across the pond.
That's awesome.
They threw it at him, I think.
So you'll get your pit lane because when we got our set stuff sent to us. So that's when we have my pit lanes in. So that's how that pertained to that. So yeah, I'm glad we got to announce that. And I'm glad they never said we couldn't because
Doug's asking what's it gonna cost?
Oh, that might be a difficult question. Hey?
Yeah. It involves math.
It involves math. I'm gonna give an estimate. Okay, this might not be final, but I'll give you the estimate. I'm pretty sure I had the estimate before, but just give me 2 seconds. This is from our price too, so like, I don't want you guys going to like other retailers and be like, "They're selling for this much." Like,
and also you can give it the Canadian price.
1 second, I messed it up. It is.
Yeah. So if you're American, that's like 1/3 of whatever he's about to say.
Okay.
Crystal ball time. Well,
okay. Here it is. This is actually a really good price.
Oh, that was really quick.
It should be about $630 Canadian.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's about the same prices. I think that might even be a little bit lower than the wireless set. So remember, you're getting like a complete course and 3 cars. And a collector's plate for only like $630. That's awesome. So
well, that's how I justified buying the 3. I mean, it didn't come with the collector's plate, but the spirit of speed with the 3 cars. So we're Canadian, so that's $300 right there all day, and that leaves $200 for all that track, the power packs, the switchers, the 3 controllers. Woo!
And remember, Dan, you got Spirit of Speed, so it only had the 1 lane changer.
Right.
The Retro Grand Prix has 2. So
okay. Yeah, I bought the lane changer kit separately. So
so that's what I mean. Like, as you could attach,
it comes with 2 changers, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
I believe it comes with a double and then a curve. So you get you're right out of the box. You're all good. I would just buy the lubricant and a lap timer, and then you would be done. Like the app connect. So I'd buy the Inox lubricant and the app connect.
Yeah,
I'm talking to Mark. So I don't know what other lubricants people sell.
I just hooked up my Bluetooth app today with the TV and stuff, so I'm ready to race now, man.
There you go. You can actually stream that to your computer as you're racing. So if you're doing like a live stream, you can have that in like the corner instead of the TV, and then your viewers could watch along as you do your racing.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to get into that a little bit more, but I'm still trying to keep the cars on the track kind of thing, and I got the basics figured out. Of course, the tear down, the oil, the tires, that kind of thing. And now I'm just sort of learning, what I need to do to keep it on the track and that kind of thing. So it transfers over. HO or larger scale, you do the exact same thing. You open it up, you tear it down, you have a look, You see what happened to it before it got to you. You clean it up, you oil it up, you give it a little run. It doesn't really matter what scale. We're all doing the same thing. It just some's a little more involved than others. So, and I find those cars take a good beating too, because a few of them have fallen off the top of my 3.5 foot table a few times on a concrete floor. So
we've had some fly.
I mean, life finds a way. We have catch fights all around our track, but life will find a way and they'll go over.
Oh yeah,
If I'm wrong about anything, by the way, chat, correct me, especially with like Retro Grand Prix, but I'm pretty sure it's a double lane change and a single lane change. I just want to clarify.
Well, that's
100%.
no 132 slot cars Latvia.
Yeah,
it was one straight and one corner.
Yeah,
I got an AFX stalker car, and that thing has hit the ground so many times, and it just keeps running and running and running.
So, Mark, what did you end up using for your catch fencing? Because you got the super fast Vipers that are smacking off everything at warp speed.
I don't have any catch fencing. I mean, my track's inside, the box. So, there's like a 3-inch around the track, and then I have the plexiglass.
Yeah. And do you find that 100% stops them from flying off the track?
No, of course not. No. My cars have hit this garage door right behind me.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome.
Fortunately, a Lexan body Viper can take a serious beating. So
yeah, that's just it, right?
Yeah.
So, Billy and Amanda, what do you guys got coming up in the next little bit?
Well, we have those sets coming in now because we had them pre-ordered. We had just posted. You were talking about like sharing other people's videos and stuff. We posted the collab we did with MP and MP Conquest Racing Club. We did a short video this time of that we just posted. We have our Rudolph course coming up, and then I was going to try to make a series on how to start a YouTube slot car channel because a lot of people keep asking about that. So I was just going to do a bare basics one of that. So that's what we're having coming up.
Right. Are you guys using any program or anything for editing or anything of that sort?
Yeah, we use VideoPad Video Editor for our editor.
You do?
Yes, sir.
It's the same one I use, yeah.
Well, you know what? It's pretty cheap to get that commercial license from them compared to others. So,
yeah, it totally is. Yeah, and it's so easy to learn too. I found it was totally. And did you get any of the add-ons?
Not yet, but I haven't needed to because I've been using other programs like use Pixlr to do some special effects.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've used. I've ordered. It's the add-on for that program. It's called Screen Capture. It allows you to basically rip off the video and sound of anything that's currently being played on the screen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's how I managed to get the Step Brothers thing at the end of my videos, where it's like, hey, you want to go play slot cars in the garage? Basically, I ripped that off, and then right at the point where I put slot cars in the garage, where I talk, I basically cut their voice out and just put mine in. And just let the video play. It's literally that simple. So it's really cool. Of course, you get copywritten smacked on a few different things, but you'll learn that what you can steal and what you can't steal.
Well, what we did for our Family Guy clip was I resized the clip, so I changed the scaling of the Family Guy clip, and then I edited the hue a little bit. If you edit the color hue, you could get it around YouTube's copyright system.
Yeah, or just a length of time. Lots of times you can get away with just taking video. The audio is caught sometimes. And then there's other places like, or other things like, if you manage to rip off a Tom Cruise movie, I'd be very impressed because I've tried so many times. I've tried to rip off Days of Thunder so many times in so many different ways. I tried stealing the sound. I tried stealing the video and putting them together. I tried stealing them together. Man, Tom Cruise is a bastard when it comes to the copyrights of his movies. So I don't know what he's doing, but he's somehow managed to block being screen shared. I don't get it. So because what I was gonna do. Sorry, what I was actually gonna do was I was gonna have a night of StreamYard where everybody watches me, where we all watch the same movie that I'm streaming. I'll be, for instance, like Days of Thunder is playing. We could all sit and watch it, but it wouldn't let me. It's just a big blank screen. There's nothing there. So it works good. It's just only works good on different things, right? I guess it just depends on how much, I guess, the celebrity wants to protect their own image. I obviously Tom Cruise is a lot more worried about his image than John C. Reilly is. You know what I mean? So it's much easier to rip their stuff off. But I found it's a really good program. I got to work it really, really fast, and now I'm sort of looking at maybe like Vegas Pro or something like that, just to see what else is offered. Although VideoPad has done me good so far, so sort of stick with what you know, go with what you know is what I always say. So, yeah.
It was just interesting. You said you couldn't get that Tom Cruise movie because the Top Gun video we have, the background music is literally from Top Gun.
Right.
You never got caught on that. I was kind of surprised myself. I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I bet if you put even a second of video in there, it would have got snagged. Probably,
yeah. I didn't do that.
I haven't been hit with any yet. But most of mine, I've, with copyrights, and I will tell you guys this, if you figure out a way to put some history in it or educational, you can pretty much take those things. As long as it's less than a very small clip, they're not really going to do anything, because when it becomes teachable in a teaching thing, the copyrights, they kind of change a little bit.
And I found out too, if you use like a program like StreamYard on YouTube, you can literally grab somebody's video, rip off the whole entire thing, and because you're putting your own little commentary in the corner, that's how I'm able to literally rip off Auto World Round 2 when I do those reviews. You put yourself in the corner, and according to YouTube's regulations, it changes the video and makes it yours because you've added something that makes it yours.
Oh yeah, the guys in the D&D community, that community is a lot bigger, right? And they'll say here's what some of them will do. Like Daniel have a video and someone won't like it, and so they'll basically stream it and they'll have a reaction video of you. And then someone else will come along and they'll be like, hey, well, I like this guy, so let me have a reaction video to your reaction video. It's insane.
It's a shame there's no drama in the slot car community, so we can't do that with each other, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what scale are we talking about?
All of them.
So crazy. So crazy.
So what about your tomorrow's big day, right? Right, Dan? The drags. Did you see Mark's comment too about the shell?
Yeah, I thought about it. The shell won't have much of an effect, really. I mean,
I disagree with that, Dan. The shell could have a big effect, sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
some of them are more aerodynamic than others.
All right. Well, what shell do you guys want to use then? It doesn't matter to me. Pick one, Mark.
I don't. You're running the show. You can.
All right.
I think, in the sake of fairness, if we're racing the chassis and the competition is about the chassis, then you should use the same body on all of them. That's the only fair way to, have a good outcome.
Makes no difference to me. It doesn't make a difference. I just, thought it would be nice to have 4 different ones. But if you think that'll make a difference, then
could you do like a round robin?
I don't know. Maybe swap the bodies and do different times. See if it makes a difference.
Well, maybe we can just do 4 runs, 1 run on each body.
Could do that too.
Because I was going to do the 5-run thing anyways. We'll just make it a 4-run, 1 run on each body then. All right. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll officially time them with 1 body, but then we will run through all the chassis with all the bodies. The reason being is every single one of those bodies, because of the Jag Hobbies tires, I had to whittle out a little bit of the back on every single one of those shells, all 4 of them, including the special Grumpy Dooha one or Dino Don. Yeah. So
well, if you would have picked one, you would have only had to modify one body.
Pick one out of a of 200. Whatever. That's why I opened up a fresh one, brother.
Mark, I don't know if I ever told you this, but the guy, he lives about 22 minutes from me, and I'm a member of his club, I guess, sort of. Jim Cunningham, he made the Omni slot box, and the last time I was over there, was that he wanted to show me his drag set because he knows I like HO cars, and I found it hilarious because he likes the Auto World bodies, but he don't like the chassis, and so he had those same Jag chassis. That's what he was running on them. He had it set up. He has all the 132nd stuff. He's got all the way back to Strombecker, all this stuff, and then over there in the corner, he's got these Jag bodies. It's pretty neat.
I'm shocked he didn't like the Auto World chassis. I just cannot believe
it. Well, Dan's gone.
Yeah, well, he didn't like the speed or anything,
No, I think we've all long ago agreed that Auto World's chassis are.
Yeah, I'm a 138. I don't even touch HO. Even I've heard of Auto World's problems with the chassis, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, pretty hit and miss that it will even run when you take it out of the package without some kind of modifications.
Yeah, and that's a true story. I like, my cars are always better. My Auto World cars are always better in the package because I know then that, at least then there's a chance it'll run.
Ta-da! All right, so I meant to bring these on tonight before we got started, but everything happened really quick. So before I put these ones on my site at eBay, I just wanted to give anybody in the comment section or anybody who's here a chance to say yay or nay before I put them online. So.
Very nice.
So these puppies are extremely expensive right now. I don't know if anybody's looking for these particular ones. I'll sell them together or I'll sell them separately. If you're interested, please let me know. And if you know what I got in my hands, then these are extremely hard to get a hold of right now. And of course, make sure you guys check out AFX_man.
Oh shit!
Now, who drove the yellow car?
Good for
Was that Donahue?
It's just another career email.
Mark, do you know?
It's been a while.
I do not.
Repeated.
The red one's Garney's, right?
My phone got hacked.
Yeah.
But it was just because I got grouped. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Billy. Don't let us interrupt you. Just speak up a little bit more.
No, it was actually we got another email, but it was just the same one. So I was like, nothing to do with else.
We can almost not hear you.
It's a good microphone, so I'm glad you can.
They never mentioned anything else about the NASCAR.
I paid for this thing so that you could hear me, okay? Like, if I'm whispering, you should be able to hear it on that microphone.
That's working. Well, Mark, what's going on with you and your racing? What's coming up for you?
Got a club event in January back out at the Bowling Green location where I was embarrassed and came in last place. So I'm really looking to redeem myself out there when I get there and at least beat my buddy Rick, who's coming out with me, who managed to somehow beat me that day. I don't know what happened to me that day, but it was. I try to put that one behind me.
Is that like the two old guys in a foot race and the one guy's just sitting there ready and laughing, the other guy's getting in position ready to run? As soon as the gun goes, the guy who was sitting there staring at him just sticks his foot out and trips the guy? and then just walks by.
Well, it was really my first actual club race, and I didn't really know what to expect. And I was at 3 tracks I never raced on, and then I ended up not even using any of my cars. It was kind of a show up, and maybe we'll do some racing. And there was about 10 or 11 guys there, and they ended up doing like an IROC race, and then they raced some Wizard. Patriot cars, and I don't know. It was a weird. This time around, we're doing more Hopra type, racing our own cars, and super stock and spec racer class, and the classes I like to now race. Which I've been to several other events now, and I've had much better turnouts, and have my Wizard Fusion cars in my pocket now, which really seem to show well for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, Matt? What's your plans for the new year?
Man, work has kept me so swamped. I got that the Auto World video, the round 2. I'm finally done. I'm gonna release it Friday. Other than that, I have a deal with a book house, so I'm trying to get that finalized up for one of my children's books I wrote.
Oh, nice.
So we've been working on the editing on that. That's kept me a little behind the 8 ball. We finally got done with the electric here.
Yeah.
I seem to have a sciatic nerve pinched, so I've been dealing with that since right before Thanksgiving. So that's kind of been I've been going to the chiropractor and the doctor. But other than that, I got the 2 tracks. I set up the train track because my wife was not being difficult, but she was not being as supportive as I would like. And so I had to kind of come in the back way with the trains. She likes the trains. I know that sounds bad. She loves the trains and setting them up and all the animations and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of now, once I've done this and turned my attention to some of the trains and setting them up, I'm kind of free to do what I want. I've been waiting on Christmas to kind of, after we get all the kids' gifts, so I could get some 18-inch curves. I wanted some AFX 18-inch curves so I can make my corners a little bit bigger on my big track there. And then after that, I think I'm done kind of with everything, and I can kind of start doing some landscaping. I'm not going to do any on the HO track behind me. I'm just going to put some of that AstroTurf on it and race.
Yeah.
And pray the bug doesn't get me like it got Mark, and I end up with a V-spec track, which I'll be honest, I keep looking at them. So maybe, I know I get a bonus sometime around March or April, so we'll see. What else? I need to finish. I need to buy some more 132nd. I keep looking at that track timer behind Billy and Amanda, wondering how wide will it stretch out?
It's 124 length track, so pretty wide. Like it's only going to do 2 lane. It's only going to do 2 lane Carrera track. So if you have a piece of 2 lane Carrera track, that's about it.
Would it do a 4-lane AFX track?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, I think Dan would be the guy to ask. I feel like it would. But it would only do 2 cars at a time.
Right. So
right. And what about that track mate, Mark? Did your track come with your track mate? I mean, I knew you had a track mate before, but did it come with its own?
I had Viasu and race coordinator on my AFX track. Viper does use TrackMate. But you don't have to use TrackMate. I ended up going with TrackMate.
About it.
They pre-drill the holes in one of the straight sections of the track for you, so it's ready for the sensors for you to install whichever sensors you want. It doesn't have to be TrackMate's system. So, right. But Viper makes a light bridge that locks into there. you know, they put a triangle notch in the track, and then the bridge itself has a triangle that locks in right over where the sensors are. So you know that the light bridge is right over where it should be. And they make it pretty easy for you. Yeah.
I keep thinking about that comment you made, Mark, saying all the features and the benefits that comes with it is kind of worth it. So I look at it again,
for me it is. I like everything that it can do as far as all the different you know, not only practice sessions, but you know, round robin timed, you know, just all different types of racing you could do. You could race with fuel if you want to, you know. And then it gives you all the detailed results where you could print out and see who had the fastest time on which particular lap in which heat. So, you know, it does a lot more than just count laps and give you the time. Those types of systems. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're definitely not cheap, but if you're really into any kind of real serious racing where you have a lot of people coming over, you know, the call button's integrated in, the relay is integrated in. So when the heat's over, it stops the cars and you can mark where they are. And when you move to the next lane in your heat, you can put your car right in that spot where it stopped in the next color lane that you're racing. So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, that makes sense. It would be nice, though, if maybe AFX or Auto World would kind of get on board. I know Auto World's shit in the bed pretty hard over there trying to get their timing system down.
Do they not have a timing system?
No, they have their wireless sets. They're four-lane wireless sets, the two of them now. And Auto World keeps going on about how they're they're building a sensor and a timing system. And apparently they're failing at it, and they're not. Something's going on. I don't understand how all these other companies can do it. What did what did Auto World figure that, you know, they could just use the timer out of a 1980s watch? What is it that they're not doing that all these other companies are succeeding in? Viasu and Carrera, and look at all these.
Yeah, but that's not the market. Auto World and AFX are never going to have timing systems like that, and they don't care about that. They don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't push their product for that type of.
Auto World cares.
Yeah,
so they wouldn't have planned their four-lane sets to include this timing system that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, but I would say
they're planning it.
I'm sure it's going to be a timing system that will count how many laps you did and maybe your time, and that's probably about it.
Oh, yeah, it'll be basic for sure, Will Mark. Yeah, it won't be.
I would agree. I would say that they probably came up with it, but it was too expensive, and so they scrapped it.
AFX had one.
Huh?
AFX had a lap timer.
Oh, yeah.
Modern. They had a digital one, but the thing is, it was horrible. And it was also supposed to. They were going to release like another one, like a Bluetooth one that was supposed to integrate with their pit lane, like their virtual pit lane, and that actually burned me because they didn't actually come out the Android version, which they said they would. So, like, if you had the virtual pit lane, as far as I know, like you couldn't even use the Android phone with it.
Are you talking about the AFX one?
Yeah, they had that virtual pit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you're talking about the holographic theater.
Yes, the holographic theater.
Well, and plus that stuff is so difficult to get. Way back when I had my AFX track and before I was into racing or even had a timing system, I did want a lap counter. And AFX does have the digital one that, you know, the track goes over, but you couldn't find it anywhere. It was never available. I mean,
I have one.
I waited for months and months, and you maybe find one that shows up on eBay, and then they want a ridiculous amount for it.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. It's not worth paying that. I'll tell you. I have one. It's not worth it.
No,
it has no sound. It has no sound, and the screen's not backlit, so you can't even tell when the race starts.
That's one of the ones I think Kenton was using from Slot Cars and April Trains.
And then if you wanted to, you could. As far as I know, you could only like two of them up. So you had to get the
you could hook up two of them. Yeah,
you had to get the stupid cable for it. I was like, all right, well, at this point, that's off the table. But it's just not worth. It wasn't worth it to begin with.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like that track, mate. After reading it. Now, obviously, 1/32, that's a Carrera seems to have a pretty good system with their app, and then the race coordinator.
Yeah. BS.
Having a good time. I mean, once I got the Biasu on my AFX track back when I first got it, everybody wanted to come. You know, you could actually do something with your track. You can actually race and have something worthwhile. And it people actually came over and started. My kids got my daughters got into it and got very competitive, and it just changed the whole aspect of the slot car hobby as far as I was concerned. It literally turned it into something, you know, just a lot more fun.
Yeah, it makes awesome. You know, when you can see a number or something to you know, to beat or what have you, right? It certainly adds a lot more to it. I mean, I find the of course, you know, on any HO, anybody could be using lap tracker. It's very effective on a 2 or 4 lane, regardless of whatever you're using. I've used it on both, and it works for both. I really enjoy what Carrera has to offer. It's a lot like the Biasu, but I think Carrera is going a little deeper into what they're offering, and it's a company that makes the track. So it's not a private company that are doing add-ons, which there's absolutely nothing wrong as long as it's seamless, right? And of course, these ones that you're talking about, Mark, are very seamless now, right? I'm sure they tripped over it for quite a long time. I remember the last time I looked at the Biasu, it had like some sort of fax machine cord attached to it with a CD that you had to load. Dude, I don't even have a CD drive in my computer, and I haven't for the last 3 towers now. 3. So that's like 6 years. I get one every 2 years. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to load that. I'd literally have to buy an external DVD drive, I guess, and plug it in USB wise. But
Kenny brings up the old-fashioned click lap counter was just too loud. And I always have problems with my guide pins and those things, you know.
Guide pins, and then there was the first ones where the car would literally go underneath that little flappy thing, and it would leave marks across the top of the cars. Well, it went under them. So, but you know, I'm really enjoying. Like I said, I just got the Carrera set up. I just got the Bluetooth going. I pulled the huge TV into that room, so now there's a TV looming over the track. Oh man, yeah, it's pretty good. I've done enough crawling under that table lately for many days. I'm good. If I never have to crawl again, I'll be a-okay.
I gotta tell you, Dan, you're gonna have some marks on your digital cars, like that's for sure.
Oh yeah. So, and I did talk to Magnetic Racing. Got back to me, Ian. Man, they were super busy. They totally got bombed for Black Friday. He was saying they're so far behind. He just sent out the last order a couple days ago.
Oh wow!
But I was interested in getting the low relief of the pit box. Are the pit, like the staging area for the pits. They have the low relief on one of the pit buildings, only one of them. So I'm trying to get them to do low relief on the whole set, because what I want to do is I don't have a super lots of room. Okay. So I don't want to put all this pit stuff in the middle of the set. It'll take up a lot of room. So what I want to do is it's called low relief. It's only like the front 1.5 inches of the building. It looks exactly the same. There's just no back. So what I'm going to do is put it up against the wall so that the wall will sort of like be like the faux pit area. You know what I mean? So it'll be more of a look than functionality. Of course, I won't be able to park a car in the garage because the garage will be wall. But at least it'll look like a pit. And when I finally do end up getting the pit lane from you guys, and I'm sure you're gonna let me know when they're in, please. Thank you very much. Yeah. I will be purchasing one of those from you, and then it'll be a better look. So, am I to assume if you have the pit lane, it's like 1, 2, 3 pieces of track wide?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I just need to do like, what is it, 3 inches to the wall kind of thing? right?
It depends on your track orientation.
Okay. So what I've done now is I have the track right up against the wall, but I'm anticipating putting the pit track right against the wall. So what I'll have to do is I'll pull the track away from the wall a little bit because I still have 6 inches before the front of my table. And I planned it that way specifically so that when I got the pit lane, I could pull the whole track towards the edge of the table. And that'll give me room for the pit lane and the faux pit buildings on the wall in the back. Yeah, and in the wall in the back will be like just big pictures of people sitting in stands. I have Darlington is one of the ones. It's just the main box for Darlington, and then stands full of people. That's all. It'll be posters of stands and people in the back.
I saw somewhere where you could buy some of those posters. You remember the COVID when they had the races and they would put cardboard and posters up in the stands?
Yeah.
So I ran across somewhere where you could buy some of those. They
really?
Had them from basketball games and
yeah. I wonder, Man, that'd be interesting.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the plan for that. And in the infield, I'll cover everything up so you can't see any of the wood right now. And of course, I'll do my quad valley racing deal on it. I'll put the lights down, move them over, and yeah. So that'll be the deal. Plus, I'll have a look and see what Magnetic Racing has for extra lights. I kind of like how their lighting system is.
Electric Dreams.
Electric Dreams
carries Doug and Ian's lights.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Now if you and them are working a separate deal, that's a whole nother deal. I'm just, as far as shipping, because my wife, she wants that Ferris wheel.
Oh yeah.
Second Ferris wheel.
Hugh did a good job on that. Hugh Slot Car Garage.
Yeah, but the shipping is a lot.
Yeah, that's just it. But don't forget, they have to specifically make these buildings for me too. They can't just send them. They don't have them available right now. Only one of the 3 buildings I want is available in low relief, but they said they can make any building in low relief. Basically, they just take the CAD and then they just chop the back end of the building right off, and then the program will instantly print out what they need to make that instead of the whole building. Because I only need the front 1.5 inches, right? I don't need anything past that. Nobody will see it. It's my wall. So I'm totally going to make it look like there's like stands behind it. And yeah,
very cool.
So I want it to look good, right? You know, I spent a lot of time in this room, especially with, like I was going to say earlier, brother and sister, BS Slot Cars, Shen RC, Steve. He's pretty deep into making the AFX cars on the larger scale track. He's really working heavy on the braids right now and attaching the braid to the shoe so that they roll across the track easier. The problem, of course, we've already talked about AFX and the problem with their shoe, how AFX just bends the shoe over at a 90-degree. At least the Auto World, they put a little bit of a curve on it, right? This is like Auto World, and AFX would be like, I don't know, my hands don't reach like that. AFX would kind of be like 90 degrees. And when they hit the Carrera track connection pieces, they make a lot of noise. They slide over it nice, but they still make a lot of noise. But what Steve was finding is when he puts the braid on them, it slides across the groove a lot better. So
he needs to get with Jim Cunningham, because Jim has got that locked down. He's running all his HO cars on the Carrera track.
Yeah,
he's got the braids. He does his own little braids, and
yeah. Steve wants to sell them.
Tricks, and
Steve's had a few offers to sell. People wants to buy them from him.
Sweet.
So I keep trying to get him. I keep trying to get him to come on the show and explain it to him. Like, you know, nobody's going to explain it better than somebody who's creating the product themselves, right? That would be like me trying to, you know, talk smart about Viper. Well, why would I do that? That's why Mark's here.
Right.
I do have Vipers, but they don't run like Mark's do. I bought mine. They run good. I oiled it. It's nice. Yeah. So,
what do you think, Billy?
Good. I don't know.
Everybody good?
We're all good.
Everybody good. Everybody good. Why? What's going on? Oh my gosh.
Are you going to do any more sales before Christmas?
We'll probably do one the week before Christmas. But I'm not sure if we're going to get that new stuff in by then either. Like the shipping is kind of hit or miss from Korea, really.
I'm very unlikely we'll get anything before Christmas, but we still have lots of stocks. So
it could happen.
Lots of options.
Like, we're not sure how the warehouse is going to work there. Like, it could happen. They could be rushing. They might have extra help. I have no idea. So we'll put that down as a solid maybe. Like, we'll do the sale. We'll probably do a sale, like a 10% off sale. But as for the new stuff, that's a solid maybe.
Okay, so let's just say you do that sale and you don't have something. Can I still order that? Would you guys still sell me the pit lane at that 10% off, or how does that work?
We could not do that because everybody's just gonna pre-order the.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Just let me know when it's available. We'll talk turkey.
Yep.
No biggie. I need it either way, so Yeah.
So this race is Sunday, Mark?
No. You mean the club race?
Yeah.
No, it's not until next month, later in January, actually.
Oh, they just waited. Like Christmas pushed everything off, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Are you having any racing going on at your place, Mark?
Just the usual weekend routine.
Are you gonna be posting any of that?
I don't normally post any, I don't normally film when we race because it's a lot of times it's just, we're not even actually racing and, we're just running cars and
Right.
Yeah. I try to get these guys to race, and unfortunately, most of my friends don't really like to race, especially the fast Viper cars that I like to race. They'll show up with a box of 60-year-old T-Jets and want to show them to me and run them on my track. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I've seen enough T-Jets.
Look what I got. Yeah, you know what I think about T-Jets?
Yeah. Takes about 15 seconds to go one lap around.
Right? Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
So I mean, I do often do live streams when we're racing. Sometimes I'll just start up a live stream and
let it roll.
But
Nice.
Sometimes we get some actual racing action in. But
yeah, sometimes just that little bit of socialization is good for us too, right?
I look forward to it. I mean, we have the same group of guys now that come out. We do our routine. We usually start around 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. We race till 12:30. Then we always go over to Lindberger's, which is a burger joint like 5 minutes up the street. And we sit at the same table with this, and the same waitress serves us. So it's become a routine. Oh, they'll be like, "Oh, see you next Sunday."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I look forward to it.
Well, it's nice to have something like that to do, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So pretty soon I'll be starting the me and Irene will be doing the husband and wife racing, and we'll see how that goes on the Carrera set.
You'll have to have like tag team between Billy and Amanda, and then Dan and Irene.
Well, it would be nice
versus him.
It would be nice to standardize like the digital set so that we could possibly do that, but we can't standardize that set. But what will happen is we'll do husband and wife races when we do the GRL in the next season.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty fun for y'all.
Yeah. Irene's pretty good. She. I don't know. It's a female thing. I think they look at differently. I don't know. Like, are you a good racer, Amanda?
So during the GRL, I'm doing complete crap.
Oh no!
But when Billy and I do our races,
yeah,
I don't know. Is it 50-50 or?
Well, if you go by the standings of the GRL and both of our records of GRL, I am defeating you. So there's that.
By like a point.
You had that huge meltdown. You had that huge meltdown that one night too.
Yeah, it was not a
You
good
were
night
like,
for me.
you were like, I was like, I didn't even do anything. You're just like, you
I'm gonna
distracted me.
gonna chalk it up to hormones. Just like
It was good for ratings, I guess. I was like, everyone's gonna watch your divorce live, so that's nice. That could have been in the club they were talking about earlier. I mean,
shit, man, I better let my wife win then.
yeah, I know. Right? Joke's on a man. I'm taking the waterbed.
Joke's on you. She put a hole in it.
Oh, you know, you definitely know.
She gets the kids, so that's you're stuck with them.
No way. She wants the track, man. You get the kids.
There's enough track for the two of us. I think we can agree to that. You have
I still like that oval track.
You have no idea how much track we have. The amount of track we have is disgusting.
Well, because you have the one at the market, and then we still have track at home to do everything else, like all our setups.
Yeah, so it's a lot of track.
Wow, man. I like watching you guys when you do your little your Super Mario Brothers, those ones.
I was surprised how much that video got. I did not expect Peach to get that much views, but it did pretty solid. What was that at? I don't even remember. Something. Oh, it's over 5.
6, I thought.
It might be over 6. I don't know.
For the really short.
Yeah.
For the short, anyways. Yeah.
I like the Top Gun one.
Thank you. I'm so happy somebody liked that.
One's right over there, actually.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Just a little.
It got a little crushed, but there's a blackbird, and then we have the F-14 Tomcat right there.
Nice.
These are 3D printed. Yeah.
Really?
All 3D printed, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the. If I put up here, you might be able to see the lines.
Oh yeah.
It looks good from a distance. It's a good distance model. I was gonna give this for my kids to play with, but I might use it.
Yeah, where is it? I got an aircraft carrier that's like that. It's good from a distance. So
I could have smoothed it out, but like I tell people are like, oh, why is it so bumpy? Why did you smooth it up? Like, it's on camera at a good distance. You're not going to see the detail.
No.
You will not see those bumps. It doesn't even matter because the car's moving, especially. It's like, who can cheat?
You're never going to see it unless you had some crazy high detail.
It's also really tough to sand down.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It's hours of sanding for 3D prints if you're using FDM. If you're using resin, it's instant, but then you have to deal with the smell and the curing. So it's a give and take.
It's a lot, yeah. Wow. Well, we're almost at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Does anybody want to chit chat real quick about what they got coming up, and then we'll close it out?
Okay, I could say something here. Those boxes that we have on the side here, we only have like 1 or 2 cars in a lot of these boxes. So especially if you're looking at the classic NASCARs, this is the time you need to buy them. Okay. And by the way, I also want to say, like, earlier in the year, I heard somebody, I don't even know if it was a YouTube, I think it was a YouTube channel or something in the comments, complaining about like FOMO and how we like dealers are like manufacturing slot car FOMO. And I hope those people who followed that guy enjoyed not getting their car, because we had a lot of slot cars that didn't even make it on the website.
Wow.
So like, it's very important to look at the slot cars you want to get and get them before they're sold out. Like, I'm especially looking at the classic NASCARs because there's been a lot more people getting into Carrera because Carrera is getting that modern NASCAR license. So it's definitely the time now. This is don't say I didn't warn you, is all I'm saying.
You guys actually should have got a pile of people from our Discord. Actually, I could think of 2 people that ordered from you.
We appreciated their orders too.
Yeah. So everyone's kind of liking what they're seeing and want to try it out. Like you said, the new NASCAR license, man, that was definitely one of the things that sort of sitting in the back of my mind. And just the whole thing with the Carrera, I really like the HO. Like, I'm not out of HO. I'm really into just trying what Carrera has. I've done the old 60-year-old track thing already, and I want to see what a track that somebody's put some effort into looks and runs like. And I think that's Carrera right now, because I'm really enjoying this. This is something really different. Everything seems to be well thought out. I mean, it doesn't feel like any of it is an afterthought, you know? Although I really think it's a big stink bug that Carrera hasn't worked the wireless for the controllers into the main power unit. I think it's kind of sucky that you have to buy that separately. But other than that, I really think that's my only hang up with the whole entire thing. That's it. That's all I have to say in a negative fashion is I think they could have included that in the power unit as opposed to making people buy it. And the only reason why I say that is because I just went through a shitty experience trying to get it. So if it were already there, I wouldn't have this problem right now.
There is one more thing too. I forgot. Apparently, DTM style chassis, like the DTM cars in real life, they've moved to GT3 bodies, like GT3 style now. So I'm not too sure if Carrera's going to keep printing the DTM, like DTM cars. You know what I mean? Like, let's see if I find one here. I want to show the audience.
No, well, I just put a digital chip in my DTM forever.
Oh, I have one. 1 second. I got one right here. Okay, so like these style cars, like the square body style Carrera car, like these DTMs, because like I said, the DTM series went to GT3, so I don't know how many more of these. These are really one of Carrera's best chassis because they're so light and fast.
They drive nice too.
They good on the corners and they're fast. They're very consistently fast stock car. That's why people like this style chassis. But I really don't see how many. They might print one next year or 2 years from now, or they might be like NASCAR and just be like, no, we're not printing any new ones because the series is done with them now. You know what I mean? So like, I would, if this is a sleeper car, these style cars are a sleeper car. If you're looking at, if you wanted to get these, go on my website. I should have a good variety still, and buy these cars because this is something that's going to be disappearing. If in the future, it's eventually going to disappear.
Yeah, see, it's a good part for me right now because I don't have anything that's really current out there. So everything I buy is sort of like brand new. Woo! Hey, this just came out. No, it didn't. It came out like 8 years ago. Well, I just got it today. So I actually kind of like the styling of the cars in the Spirit of Speed set. I like that.
That's a goat set. That's a goat set because all the cars in that set were good. Carrera. Usually, I find Carrera likes to put in the mid car and like a low selling car. But the year that Spirit of Speed came out, they were so screwed. All of them were bangers. So it was like all the cars they put in Spirit of Speed were really good. The Corvette and the Pig especially were like super high selling. And even the Aston Martin Hart car I thought was above average. So there was nothing. That's such a good set.
The Aston Martin, I actually I switched the chip with the DTM forever, the black BMW. Yeah. Because the Vanquish was running like shit. When I put 6 cars running around on the track at once, I had one car that was hitting the back of everything like it was on fire and warp speed. And then, of course, I had the Vanquish that literally it was like, dude, did you forget to push the trigger down? It was barely moving. And the rest of the cars are just... So I have this super, super fast car. Then I have like 4 normal ones. And now I had that slow one, the Vanquish. And then I had enough of that Vanquish and I switched it up with the black DTM. And that black DTM is really nice. It drives nice. It sticks to the track nice. It has some good speed. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the DTMs, these are gonna be sought after. So like,
I like that.
I'd be ordering them before.
I like that
because I don't know.
I'm gonna wait till you have them on sale again, and I'll go buy a whole bunch of them.
like I said, it's the next week, the week before Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. So next
very
week,
close.
Next week you should take a look. I am gonna have a coupon code for that. I'm not manually entering the code for every item again. That's for sure, though. I was like, one of you people, I don't know who it was. One of our sneaky customers managed to get something on sale Tuesday morning. I was like, you little sneak.
He did.
I let them have it. I let them a little know. I was like, congratulations.
Obviously.
I'm pretty sure one of the dumb dogs needed to go outside. So he ordered it when I was outside with the dog. I'm like, come on.
Can't reject it if you're right there, eh?
Yeah, it was fair and square. They got it.
Nice.
What about you, Mark? You got anything? You got any big Auto World cars you're hoping to get for Christmas?
No, not really. Gonna play around with some different controllers. I want to get that OS3 wiperless controller and try that out. And I put that on my Santa list. So hopefully Mrs. Claus gets that for me, or my daughters maybe.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my next is going to be the aftermarket controller, I think, with the button. So the Falco doesn't make that, so Jim can't help me out there this time.
Frankenslot makes it, right?
Frankenslot makes an extremely expensive version, but yeah, it's quality. It's quality. Frankenslot would be like the top of the aftermarket controllers.
Is it? What's the other controller?
Something Jet. Something Jet.
It's not Slot Invasion, is it?
No.
That's a guide. I remember I tried it. It was a generic trigger controller for Carrera Digital, and I was not impressed. But like, I understand if you're used to a trigger controller, why you'd like it.
Ramjet.
You got it.
Thank you, Tom. Yeah, that was the one I've been looking at. Ramjet.
It is perfectly acceptable.
Actually, I've been looking at both of those, Ramjet and True Speed. To tell you the honest truth, they're both going to cost about $130 Canadian.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I'll tell you right now, Billy, and I would let this rip on any of your commercials. The wireless and the wired controllers for Carrera both work fantastic.
Yeah, I like the
bitch about them. I bitch about Auto World's plunger style controllers because they're shitty. They feel shitty and they don't have quality feel to them. Carrera, they got that nice little rubber imprint. The controller doesn't feel like it's a dollar store special. Both of them are. I would say, if anybody ever asks you, I would say don't even bother getting a secondhand controller until you break one of the ones that you're using right now, because there's absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong with them.
Well, I think some people grew up their whole lives they were playing with slot cars with trigger, and that's what I find a lot of people switch over to trigger. But if they never played with the slot cars before, they could just stick to the thumb. I grew up in an interesting time because I had played with triggers and thumbs as a kid. I have no preference to what trigger or thumb I use. Like it doesn't matter to me. And frankly, that's one myth I really wanted to bunk, is that people say that the trigger controllers you're more accurate with your thumb than you're more accurate with your finger than your thumb because like the finger has more muscles and stuff. That's just not true. I just don't believe that's true. I think these people have raced for like 40 years with the trigger and they switch to the thumb and they're like, oh, it's not as accurate. I'm like, I don't know about that.
I could vouch for that. I would never use a thumb controller. It just wouldn't happen.
Well, I don't think you could get, for the cars going HO, like the Vipers especially, I don't even think you could use a thumb style. You need a little more.
I swear I could do it. I swear I could do it. The PlayStation 2, which you guys, some of you are boomers and never even owned a PlayStation 2. The buttons were pressure sensitive. So you had to, my body knows like muscle memory how hard I could push something down.
Oh, yeah, PlayStation 2, hey?
Yes,
I had that.
But I was between the PlayStation and the PlayStation 3. So,
I've had everything since the Commodore 64.
Yeah, it'd be hard to have sensitivity, brake, and coast controls on a thumb.
I think
do it. Right. Oh my gosh, that would certainly be something.
I think you could do it. I'm not an engineer, so I'm not going to, and I'm also not an HO racer, so I'm not about to go through all this work of making a thumb controller for HO. But if I think I could do it. Really, I also do.
Yeah, I think that's going to be my next big thing. I meant to ask you guys, do you guys carry spare tires or anything like that?
Just get those from eBay. Just get those from Paul Gage. Just get those from eBay. Okay. Just get polyurethane tires.
Yeah. The problem
here's the thing though. Don't replace the more modern Carrera tires. Johnny Hobby did a video about them, and they're not that much below the Paul Gage ones. Unless you want to run silica, which I don't recommend.
Somebody was saying there's some tire oil.
Yeah, there's tire treatment oil. There's a bunch of things. I would just, if you, this is complicated. If it's like a newer Carrera chassis, you know what? Here's the rule of thumb. Just wait.
Yeah.
If you have the old style tires, they're going to melt. And if they have the new ones, they'll be good. So just replace the melty ones with polyurethane so you don't have to worry about them again. Like Paul Gage. But if it's a newer Carrera tire, I think you'd be all right. Your track's going to naturally sand it down, so I think you'd be okay.
Yeah, it's they're rolling nice. The compound feels good. It seems that they're picking up a lot of stuff on the track, which would obviously lead me to believe that they are grabbing quite nicely, or they'd probably be clean. Soon I'll run into the problem of the track being really cold and the tires will stiffen up regardless.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't recommend silicone for you, because you need to keep that track spotless if you want to run silicone, and then all your tires have to be silicone.
Oh, is that okay? I can't do that right now then. Well, I know the silicone literally rips the rubber off the track. It does the same thing in HO when you go from rubber to silicone. It strips all that layer of stickiness right off. So I know that was a problem that I came across with right away. Then I stopped using them.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a thing. I don't know. You know, you guys are probably better at keeping your track clean than I am, and I'm really bad because my track's a commercial track. But I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna constantly clean it, so it's like rubber tires only.
Oh yeah, I ISO it and give it the once over at least once a week on my main one, anyways. Because if I don't, then the cars don't run. It's just that simple. So.
I feel like we kept this last year going on longer than Patriot wanted.
Well, he doesn't have a choice. Too bad for him. Oh, hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to drop soon myself.
Yeah, me too. Later.
All right, Dave.
What were you saying? What would you say, Billy?
No, did you want to wrap things up, Matt?
Yeah. Well, we're good. I got the kids going crazy. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Sorry we didn't have any real format. We're just kind of chit-chatting.
Hey, they got exclusive news. They can't complain.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah. But someone will.
Well, you know, you can't please everybody, and the ones you can't, well,
yeah, they'll be all right.
I got a few things to say, but it'll change the rating of this show.
You guys can ruin our no drama streak.
Yeah.
Especially Sunday Stockhouse. We've never had any drama.
Oh,
no drama. Well, we've been on for an hour and a half now.
Yep.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, did you end the stream?
I did.
All right. We made sure to stay on a little bit later this time.